An elderly sick woman received a visit every single day from a stray dog. When she died, the dog kept waiting at her door. What the neighbors did afterward became something no one would ever forget. Doña Celestina Vargas was 78 years old and lived alone in her old worn-down house. Her husband had died 12 years earlier, and her children had moved to the city, never returning to visit her again. Arthritis twisted her fingers, and diabetes slowly drained her strength with every sunrise. No one knocked on her door, no one asked whether she had eaten. The neighbors greeted her from a distance with a quick nod. Doña Celestina had learned not to expect company in a world that had forgotten her. One rainy Tuesday, she heard a soft scratching at her door. When she opened it, she found a thin brown dog standing there with a cold, wet snout. The animal looked at her with honey-colored eyes. "What are you doing here, soaked at my door?" The dog slowly wagged his tail, as if he had waited years for her to open. That night, Doña Celestina let him inside without realizing she had just changed the rest of her life. She named him Faithful. Every morning, Faithful appeared before her coffee was ready. He lay beside her feet while she read her Bible. "Faithful, you are the only thing God has sent me during these long and lonely years." During painful nights, when arthritis kept her awake, Faithful climbed onto the bed beside her. The neighbors noticed that every morning the dog was already sitting at her door, guarding her. "That dog belongs to no one, and yet he takes better care of her than her own children," said Doña Esperanza. One Wednesday in January, Doña Celestina could not get out of bed. Faithful barked at the door with a different kind of urgency. An ambulance arrived and took her away. Faithful ran behind it for 3 blocks until the wheels disappeared into the dust. Then he slowly returned and sat in front of the closed door. Days passed. Faithful remained there waiting without moving. Doña Esperanza began leaving him food. Little by little, the entire neighborhood started caring for the dog. Because he loved Doña Celestina when nobody else did. That kind of love deserves respect. 3 weeks later, the news arrived. Doña Celestina had passed away peacefully in her hospital bed. Faithful, Doña Celestina is not coming back anymore. She has gone to heaven. On the 4th day, Faithful stood up, smelled the door one last time, and walked toward Doña Esperanza's house with his tail wagging softly. The neighbors made a decision. Faithful would never return to the streets. Now he belonged to the neighborhood. Sometimes God sends companionship in forms our human pride would never expect. The purest love simply stays. The righteous care for the needs of their animals. Proverbs 12:10. Comment Amen if you believe God sends us love through those we least expect.